Welcome back into Queen City News Now. This is a live look over parts of Uptown with our Arlington camera. And on the right, Death Valley. Record heat stretching across the United States this summer from the desert to Death Valley, all the way here in the Queen City. Now, July has been confirmed as the hottest month ever with several heat waves, bringing temperatures into the triple digits for millions of people. Well, we felt it, you felt it, all of us have been dealing with the heat. And joining us live this morning to talk a little bit more about it and the why behind this is Dr. Erica Smithwick, Director of the Earth and Environmental Systems Institute at Penn State. Dr. Smithwick, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So just got confirmation this week, July 2023, hottest month on record. What does that mean? Let's start there. What does this latest update mean for us?
Yeah, this was the hottest month on record globally. This is an evidence of the increasing climate changes that we're observing all over the world, but mostly the acceleration of those changes. We're seeing more drought, more extreme weather events, and this last July was no exception to that.
You mentioned the extreme rate of the increasing temperature. I have a graph here that we're going to be pulling up in terms of what July looked like temperature-wise in the past years. Talk about how dangerous it is when we see this rapid intensification of the heat.
Yeah, well, first of all, it can cause extreme impacts on ecosystems. It can cause drying out of vegetation and causing the vulnerability of forests to fires, but also can have a lot of impacts on human health. We all know that we've been suffering from the impacts of heat, especially for those vulnerable populations, kids, elderly. We have to be particularly concerned about the human health impacts for those people. And we're also seeing the impacts on the ice in the Arctic and the Antarctic. We're seeing rapid melting of those ice shelves. We're also seeing warming of the northern Atlantic Ocean. So this is having impacts, like I said, all over the world in all kinds of different ecosystems. That's what's particularly alarming to scientists right now. We've been predicting these changes to occur over the next couple of decades, but they're really happening at a pace and a scale that even the science, it's getting ahead of the science in a way.
Yeah, the ripple effect, the domino effect, kind of increasing in its speed and intensity here. And you alluded to the Atlantic sea surface temperatures. We're in the middle of hurricane season here, keeping an eye on the Atlantic, the Pacific. Record sea surface temperatures are also something that we've been dealing with. This is kind of a 1-2 punch, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah, we're seeing these effects on land and on sea. And so we're seeing this massive uptick in temperatures across the surface of the ocean. We're seeing that in the Atlantic and in the Pacific, which is quite alarming. In the Atlantic Ocean and into the Caribbean, we're going to be looking more for hurricanes. The warmer water temperatures can cause more potential for those larger hurricanes to occur. We also are very concerned about coral reefs and the potential impacts on coral bleaching. And then we're also worried about the El Nino that is coming on top of this trend in climate change. So we have this double, triple whammy occurring all over the world.
Yeah, and I have the graphic of the El Nino that was just up there. How does that play into the trend that we've seen? Because just coming off of a number of years, I believe 2020 to 2023, or the start of 2023, we were in La Nina years. Here we are talking El Nino with this excessive heat. What impacts would El Nino have on our global temperatures?
Yeah, well, it's going to amplify them, and it's going to have different kinds of effects in different parts of the world. So in some places, you're going to see more storms and more flooding, more extreme rains. In other areas, you're going to see more extreme drought, more wildfire. And so we are thinking about our friends in Hawaii right now who are suffering from the wildfire in Maui, and that's due to hurricanes, but it's also due to these high pressure systems that are associated with the El Nino. And it's the combination of these things that are happening. You have these extreme low events, these extreme highs, causing wind shear, causing these extreme events to become more common. So yeah, we're really watching what's going to happen now with the El Nino on top of climate change, and concerned about places of the world that aren't as able to adapt as some places are.
Absolutely, and we've seen these headlines, whether it be excessive rainfall and flooding in Vermont to the wildfires in Hawaii from a tropical system that was 500 miles off the coast. With the devastation that we've been seeing, the volatility in weather, it begs the question, and I know it's a hard answer. It's a hard question to answer, of the why. Like, why are we seeing all this? What factors play into it?
Well, we know that the weather is always variable, right? We all know this. But what we're really seeing is an intensification of that variability. And that is increasingly caused by climate change, causing by the release of carbon dioxide and other pollutants into the atmosphere that we've known about the chemistry and the physics behind that for a century or more. And we've been predicting these kinds of potential tipping points in the climate system for maybe over 50 years. And that science has only just been increasing. So this evidence is pretty clear that we have this amplification of climate change on top of regular variability. Now, we're likely to have some pretty cool years and calm years. That's, again, part of what our models predict. But that's happening on an increasing trend of warming, and it's also happening on an increasing trend of extremes. And
Mm.
so it's important for our listeners to understand that what we're most concerned about are these extreme events that are going to be coming at a pace and a tempo and a severity that we really as a human society haven't adapted to.
Yeah.
So that's really what we're watching for is how we can sort of minimize the negative impacts of these extreme events.
Absolutely. It's not necessarily just a straight line from point A to point B. There's peaks and valleys, but unfortunately, we're seeing the peaks get higher, the valleys get shallower, and
Yeah.
still those impacts continuing year in and year out. Dr. Erica Smithwick, director of the Earth and Environmental Systems Institute at Penn State. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning. We appreciate your expertise and your knowledge, and we'd love to have you back on the show and continue to keep an eye on things. Stay cool out there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Absolutely. And we're going to try and stay cool as best as we can.